So I've only just got home from work, so this is my first chance I've had to react to the news of Michael Wimmer departing Motherwell. Very unexpected, of course. I mean, I think a lot of us were looking forward to a potentially exciting transfer window, seeing what sort of left field signings he would have brought to the club, and hopefully just building on what he's already started. You know, his 12 games at the club, he won 5, drew 3, lost 4, which is quite a decent record for a Motherwell manager, but I don't think that really counts for anything considering he was only here for 3 months. Now, the reason for his departure was because apparently he had family issues, and I can accept that. And we all have bigger issues than football, unfortunately, and family comes first, right? But there's a bad taste in my mouth because he's all of a sudden lined himself up another job. Now, fair enough, a man's got to work, but it just sort of tarnishes that sort of reason of, oh, it's for family reasons. But he still managed to get himself a managerial position at a club in Germany. There are two ways you can look at this. Either Wimmer was genuinely wanting this job, but he just realised how difficult it is commuting from Germany to Scotland, which is a weird thing because he should have known what he was in for. Or the second reason being he only chose Motherwell to get himself back in the shop window for a job in Germany. But fair enough, if his agent's been working overtime to get him something sorted because he's probably known for a while he needs to go back. But it just feels a bit shit. But now we're faced with the question I hate most in football is, who would you take as the Motherwell manager? I think a lot of it still stands from 3 months ago when Wimmer was picked as manager. I think there are a few managers that I'd happily take. I mean, Scott Brown isn't one to be ruled out. I mean, he's sort of wanted to leave Ayr United. I think Motherwell's a good step up. Another name I'd happily look at again is Tamuri Kitsbaya. I don't really like mentions of Tony Dock because he's just left Dundee and they only just stayed up by the skin of their teeth, and they had a much bigger budget than Motherwell, so I'm not really too keen on that. Other than Scott Brown, I don't really want to go down the Scottish manager route again. You know, I was quite excited by Michael Wimmer. I think if we go down the same route as Michael Wimmer, we could profit from that. It has to be someone with the same sort of style of play. I don't want a complete change up because from what we saw of Wimmer, things were starting to, you know, tick. I mean, there were some decent parts of football that we played in the last 4 or 5 matches of the split. At least the manager's got a clean slate. They'll have the full transfer window to see who they can get and make their signings that they want. This is the time where you want to just focus on your signings and not just have to go through the recruitment process all over again for the manager. It's a lengthy process. You've got to make sure you've got who you want. I guess we're just back on the merry-go-round.